Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk to you about Wheel of Time Season 2. Next week we will get to see the finale of Season 2. I felt like the whole season just flew by. But I always feel it's great to, take a pause before the finale and just take a look back at the previous episodes and how I felt overall about the season. So that's what this video is about. So where do we get to see in season 2 some of the highlights, things that caught my attention. Episode 1 starts off really strong and we get to see where each of our main characters are and what they are dealing with, except for Rand. I think we get to see Rand only in episode 2 as per my memory. Moraine has lost her powers, which is kind of really sad and devastating for her. We also see this round table conference of dark friends and a really ominous and scary looking Ishamael. Some of the scenes did not make sense to me in episode 1 because there was a scene with the kid and the Ishamael and the Trollocs. What were we supposed to feel about the Trollocs? I was kind of confused about that. We also see Egwene and Nynaeve in the White Tower, and we'll see White Tower politics. We see Liandrin playing her games. Now, one of the things that I was really worried about was the recasting of the actor who is playing Matt. That Barney Harris, who did such a great job in season 1, had to leave. I was really anticipating who the new actor will be and how he will perform, but thankfully he was really great. So we know the new actor is Donald Finn and he has really portrayed Matt well. In episode 2 we get to see Rand and Selena cozying up and doing more than that. I was kind of jealous because, oh my god, with every season Rand is becoming hotter and hotter. We also see the introduction of Elaine Trocant, the daughter heir. She was so well cast and she is so stunningly beautiful, right? We see Min Matt meeting each other and the progression of their relationship, and in this episode we see also the Sean-Chen. Sean-Chen's depiction was amazing. I loved their costuming, the overall look of it, except for the whole the mouth, what do you call that, pacifier kind of thing. Kind of felt odd, but yeah, it's okay. I think the design could have been better. That's all I'm saying. I'm just flying through the episodes, right? Just what's coming to my mind. That's what I'm telling you. In episode 3, which I call mostly Nynaeve's episode, we see her acceptance trial, or the terangrial that she has to pass through before she can be unaccepted, and that was a phenomenal episode. I was really worried how they will predict the whole terangrial thing. It played out really well. I was a little bit confused about the arch appearing twice. Did the arch appear the second time, and how did that happen? Because that doesn't happen, because you get only one chance to go back to the real world, right? So I was a little bit confused about that, but apart from that, this episode was basically Nynaeve's episode and played out really well. Episode 4, my favorite episode of the entire season, titled Daughter of the Night. Very aptly, here is where we get the biggest reveal of the season. I think that Selena is actually Lanfear, one of the Forsaken. And also first time we hear the term wolf brother, and also we get to see how Perrin has this connection with Wolf, and especially with Hopper. I wanted more of Hopper. Unfortunately, that's one gripe that I have with the season. We got very less episodes of Perrin, Matt, etc., or less of Perrin, Matt, and even Rand to some extent. So basically season 1 and season 2, people are complaining that we don't get much of the boys, right? We need more of the boys, and hopefully that will be rectified in the following seasons. But whatever we got was fantastic and really great material. Episode 5, named the Manny. So we actually see the girls getting captured, and then Nynaeve and Elaine escape, luckily, but Egwene is not that lucky, and she is locked up in the kennels. Rena, it's training her. I really liked the actor who portrayed Rena. I liked the way the whole Suldam and Edam and the whole deal with the Shanshan and how they control the Damane is shown. Also, it is in this episode that my favorite character from the books or my favorite side characters from the books is introduced, and that is Aviander. The Ail and Ail culture is something that I loved, I devoured in the books. I read and reread those parts about the Ail and Ail culture, and I was just screaming my lungs out when Avienda was introduced, and also with her introduction combat scene along with Perrin was shown. Episode 6 is what I call Egwene's episode, so we definitely see a lot of Egwene here. It's basically I think the makers thought that for us to understand the power of Egwene and how important her story is, we need to also see this part of her story where she realizes her powers, and that happens when her powers are actually chained or withheld from her. It was a heartbreaking episode for me. Egwene is one of the most beloved characters, and to actually see her going through that, it was, yeah, it was kind of difficult. Madeline just hit it out of the park with her performance. It was actually a performance of a lifetime from her. She was the focus of this episode, and she hit it out of the park. We also see a little bit of Swan Sanche. She reaches Carrion, and I overall was not happy with how much of Swan Sanche we got in this season. I felt that episode 5 was kind of comparatively weak episode because there was not much of an overall plot progression. Episode 7, the penultimate episode, was the weakest episode as per me. It was my least favorite episode. There was a lot of plot progression here, a lot of things happening, but at the same time, overall, I didn't get a sense of satisfaction because some of the things or some of the actions of the characters did not make sense to me personally. So I rated this like an 8 or 7.58, which is the lowest I have given for an episode in season 2. So that speaks for itself, but at the same time I enjoyed it. In fact, I'm going to rewatch it right now after this recording with my husband because he hasn't watched it. So I said that, hey, wait, I want to watch it once again, so let's watch it together. So it's not like I didn't like it or I will not watch it again. It, compared to the other episodes, this was kind of weak. That's my opinion. Basically, we can see that everything and everyone is going to converge at farm, and something great is going to happen at farm. And I better get the battle in the skies that the makers have been alluding to throughout the season. I want to see how that will be shown on screen. Minor gripes, I think we should have seen more of the boys and their story. But I understand that the makers are restricted by the number of episodes they have. They've been given only 8 episodes, and that's another gripe that I have. But that's not to the makers, but to Amazon. With all the money in the world that you have, why couldn't you just, give us, I don't know, 15, 16 episodes or 20 episodes for that matter? Because the material of Wheel of Time is so huge. So we would have loved to see more of it. But I think from what has been given to the makers, they are producing great content. Another gripe that I have is with Lan's storyline. I felt that in many episodes it was just there for the sake of it because nothing much happening. Lan's parts were the most boring parts in the entire season. There were so many unnecessary scenes with him. Visuals are 100% better than season 1 in here, so maybe it's that they've got more budget now. We have this amazing portrayal of Tar-Valon, also how the Wolf brothers communicate, and the visuals associated with that was so well done. The weaves are so beautifully done. It is really good to look at, and at the same time very realistic. Fade attacks were awesome. So overall, visually, it was much more appealing than season 1. They have really upped their games. My favorite episode, if you ask me to pick, is episode number 4, which is Daughter of the Night. I love Lanfear. she is amazing. I mean, Natasha is such a great actress. And another favorite actress from this season is the one who plays Leandrin. What an amazing acting. So these two stole the show for me. In terms of acting, these two were my favorite. The ones playing Lanfear and Leandrin. My least favorite episode was episode number 7, unfortunately, but that doesn't mean it was not a good episode, because the others were so good. So yeah, the least favorite is not that bad. Overall, to sum up, season 2 definitely was a step up from season 1, which I'm thankful for, and I hope the trajectory goes this way and we get better and better season with more and more people coming in and watching in and more budget being poured in, and hopefully we will get future seasons with more episodes. Amazon, are you listening? That was my quick thoughts on season 2. What did you guys think about season 2 of Wheel of Time? I cannot wait for the final episode. I am sure it's the same case with you. So I will see you soon in another video. This is Angie signing off. Thanks for watching. Until then, keep reading. Bye.